ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। In the previous shloka, we saw that Atma, along with the instruments of knowledge, Buddhi, Manaha, then the sense organs, which are the external instruments like Chakshuhu, are capable of knowing the external objects like pot, etc., when there are conducive situations. And the thoughts are varied and many, and all of them are nothing but Ajnana Lakshanaha. Ajnana Lakshanaha means that they all are not revealing the infinite truth, but they are giving me perception that it is an object. Really speaking, when we get the knowledge of an object, let us say an apple which is kept in front of me, and I get the knowledge of that object, the knowledge is really not of the apple, but knowledge is of the consciousness conditioned by the object called apple. Knowledge is really consciousness conditioned by the object called apple, which we say, I know apple. Really, we know consciousness, but conditioned by that vichaara. And who am I? Consciousness, conditioned by the knower. So I am the consciousness conditioned by knower, but I call myself as the knower. The knowledge is of consciousness conditioned by the object, but I say I know the object. And the thought by which the knowledge takes place, the vritti, is actually nothing but consciousness conditioned by that thought. So really speaking, Pramata is also consciousness. Prameya, the object of knowledge. Pramata means the knower. Prameya means the object of knowledge, is also consciousness. And the Pramanam is also consciousness, the vritti. But they all are conditioned by three different ideas. Not knowing this, we say, I got the knowledge of a particular object, and I say, I, the object, apple, etc., ghatam, whatever, and the object becomes known. So, like in Dakshinamurti Stotram, when it is said, Janamiti aham padartham janami. I know this padartha. Aham vishayam janami. Aham prameyam janami. Whatever is the prameya object. So when something becomes known, at that time consciousness is present as the illuminator of all the three. तमेव भान्तं अनुभात्येतत् समस्तं जगत् Janamiti tamev bhantam anubhatyetat samastam jagat. Tasmai Shri Guru Murtaye nama idam Shri Dakshina Murtaye. So, when everything becomes known through this knower, knowledge and object of knowledge, at that time there is one consciousness which illumines all the three. That I am, this is what I have to understand. This topic he is going to take up after two more stanzas. So, in 35, the varieties of thoughts are there, where I become the knower, world becomes known, and through thoughts they are all known. The objects are known. This was said. And now it is said, because all of this is under the spell of ignorance, because this vyavahara goes on continuously. We know one object through eyes, through ears, through, means we hear something, we taste something, we see something, we touch something, we taste something. It just goes on day after day in waking, dream and deep sleep. In the three states of experiences, there is non-stop transaction, and before we know, this body has to go and another body comes, again new set of experiences, whether it is human being or animals or demigods, ancestral world, gods, anywhere, vyavahara is of this nature alone. And Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti is there. And for someone who is able to stop these vrittis for some time, then samadhi, if you forcefully, deliberately bring an end to these transactions, you come to a state called samadhi for some time, or few minutes, few hours, few days. Then again same transactions continue. So what is required here is now viveka, to recognize what is my true nature. As I said, Atma and Anatma's combination alone is the entire world, all transactions. Entire world and all the transactions are nothing but combination of Atma and Anatma. So now what is said in the shloka 36, Vivityasmat swamatmanam Vindyāchuddham Param Padam Drashtaram Sarvabhutastham Samam Sarvabhayatigam Asmat Swam Atmanam Vivichya Shuddham Param Padam Drashtaram Sarvabhutastham Samam Sarvabhayatigam Vindyat. This is the Anvaya of the shloka. Asmat. Asmat means from this. From this means from which, what? So from the earlier shloka where the combination is given, Atma, Buddhi, Mana, Chakshur, Vishaya, Aloka, Sangama. From this assembly, from this conglomeration, all these things they are put together. From this all Atma, Anatma mixture. But remember, Anatma is not one. There are varieties of Anatmas. And one more in particular you should add, which I mentioned in the last class, is this Chidabhasa, which is always available with Buddhi. So, Atma plus Chidabhasa plus buddhi, mana, chakshu, vishaya, aloka. All of these are there. From all this assembly, Swam Atmanam, Swam Atmanam means one's own self. Param Padam Shuddham Param Padam Drashtaram Sarvabhutastham Samam Sarvabhayatigam. All these are the pointers for Atma. Atma, which is of this nature, should be known. So, Atma of this nature should be known. Vindyat. In other words, I have to know myself as Shuddham Param Drashtaram Sarvabhutasam Samam Sarvabhayatigam Padam, etc. In this way, I have to know myself. Now, first let us see the words which are indicators of Atma, because many of them we have already seen. In shloka number 30, it was already said Vindya Chuddham Param Padam. In 32 shloka, second line said Atmanam Vindyat Shuddham Param Padam. So, already Atmanam Vindyat, all that is repeated here. Shuddham Param Padam. Shuddham means that which is absolutely pure, uncontaminated, unconditioned. Param, unlimited, that which is beyond all. Padam. Padam means that which is reached, attained. Padyate anena iti padam. So, that which is reached through the process study of Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam, that I should know. Padam has two meanings. One meaning of Padam is the steps, otherwise known as means, and another meaning of Padam is goal. So, Padyate iti Padam means the steps, the means, and Padyate anena iti Padam means the goal, that which is attained through this entire process. So, Shuddham Param Padam Vindyat. This was already mentioned in the shloka 32, second line. And the other words, Drashtaram. So, in shloka 34, second line, Atma was pointed out as Samaha, Drashta, Sarva Bhuteshu, and Sarvagaha. So, here, Drashta, Atma, so Drashta, Atma should be known. So, Drashta will become Drashtaram, Atmanam. Sarva Bhuteshu, Atma which is there in all beings. So, I should know as Sarva Bhutastham Atmanam, that which is in all beings. So, Sarva Bhutastham Atmanam. Then, Atma is Samaha. Samo, it was said. So, now, the nature of Atma being Samaha, I should know that Samam Atmanam Vindya. So, all these words are already clear. And Sarva Bhayatigam. Sarva Bhayatigam means that which is beyond all fear, where all the fear is gone. In other words, that which is by itself embodiment of fearlessness. So when I know that Atma as myself, then I am also embodiment of fearlessness. Abhayam pratishtham vindate athaso bhayam gato bhavati. So I attain Abhaya Pratishtha. Yajnavalkya ji told Janak Maharaj in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Abhayam vai Janaka praptosi. You have attained Abhaya, means you have attained Brahma. You are fearless. Because fear is only of death. Worst fear is fear of death. And the one who has understood I am birthless and deathless, then what is there to be afraid? So, I have realized my fearless nature. Sarva Bhayatigam. And you can also use other lakshanas like how they were pointed out as Sarvagaha. So Sarvagam Atmanam. Atma which is all pervading, present everywhere in this way. And which is Asanga, Nirguna, which is Nishkriya, Nirvishesha. So that which is different from or free from all attributes, free from all actions, free from the Shabda Pravritti Nimittas. We saw them earlier as Guna, Kriya, Jati, Sambandha, Rudhi. So that which is free from all these. Such Atma I have to know. Why these things are pointed out and also repeated sometimes, because if student gets the idea, that something he knows and then he starts thinking, oh, I know Atma, oh, I know Brahma. So then these lakshanas are given, is it with action or without actions? If it has actions, it is not Brahma, it is not you. If it has attributes, it is not you. If it is Savishesha, it is not you. In this way, I have to tell myself, I have to remind myself. So, such Atma should be known. And how to know? So, it is said, Vivichya. Now, this is the main thing, that how to do this Vivichya. Vivichya means having separated, to do Viveka. Which dhatu, which is Pruthak Karane. Which Pruthak Karane means to do Viveka, to separate the two. So, what I have to separate? I have to separate Atma from all the assembly of Anatma, Chidabhasa, Buddhi, Mana, etc. Deha, Prana, Indriya and Vishayaha. So, the Viveka is in the form of thinking. Thinking is, first I should clearly know the nature of Atma. When it is said Atma is all pervading, Sarvagaha, that which is all pervading, you cannot take it away from other things physically. It cannot be separated from Anatma physically if Atma is all pervading. So, this is one important thing we should know. Second thing I should understand, Atma is Asanga. Asanga means it is never affected by Anatma. It did not get polluted, contaminated by Anatma. Nothing can touch Atma, including the word Atma. Atma word also cannot touch. So this is Asangatva. This also I should know. That's why Shravanam, proper listening, is very important. If I don't do proper Shravanam and I am told you have to do Atma Anatma Viveka, then what will happen is I will start struggling to say, okay, I have to put Atma away somewhere and all Anatma away somewhere else. This is never going to happen. Because wherever you find Anatma, Atma will be there. I don't have to look for Atma somewhere else. But at the same time, Atma being everywhere, present everywhere, it is not touched by Anatma. And yet it is present there. In this way I have to do Viveka. So this is the Yukti. This is the technique by which I have to separate. So separation here is definitely not physical. Separation is through knowledge. Now, when it is said that Atma should be separated from this Buddhi, Mana, etc. So, how I should separate the Atma? As I pointed out, that Atma is the witness of the instruments, their activities, their presence and their absence. Atma is the witness of the instruments, their activities, their presence and absence. Presence and absence because in waking and dream, instruments are present and their activities are present. And in deep sleep, they are all absent. Instruments and their activities are not there, including of the Chidabhasa. But I am there as Atma. So I, the Atma, am different from this combination in all three states. This way I have to know. Vivichya asmat swamatmanam. So from this separation has to be carried out. This operation should be done. And once I do this, then I realize that I have to be that existence which is present in all yet untouched by all. I have to be that consciousness. Atma has to be that consciousness which is present as the illuminator of all, witness of all. And even if the states come and go, I do not change. Like how it is said in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad that, let us say there is a huge lake, and in that lake there is a big fish, Mahamatsya. The fish goes from one end of the lake to the other swiftly and is untouched by whatever happens at both the shores. So the two shores are waking and dream. And this fish is something that moves from one to the other. That is I. I means I, the real I, along with the idea of I am the experiencer. This combination. Real I means Chaitanya, Shuddha Chaitanya, plus the experiencer I, which goes through waking, dream, deep sleep state. And in this, the experiencer I is feeling that I was waker, I was dreamer, I was deep sleeper, now again I am waker. This idea is of the experiencer I. Whereas the real I is untouched by all these. This is the Viveka. So this Viveka I should carry out. And for Viveka alone, there are different methods. There is Drigdrishya Viveka, Panchakosha Viveka, Avasthatraya Viveka, Shariratraya Viveka, etc. Like for example, in Kenopanishad, Drigdrishya Viveka is pointed out that Atma is the seer, Drashta, and Anatma is Drishya. So, in the Upanishad mantras, it is said, Atma is Shrotrasya Shrotram, Manaso Mano Yat Vacho Havacham, Sa Upranasya Pran. It is this hearer of the hearing. It is mind of the mind. It is seer of the sight, like that. Or eye of the eye, ear of the ear, prana of the prana, vital air of the vital air, mind of the mind, in this way. Means it is that because of which all these instruments are functioning, they are able to do their duty. So this Viveka is called Drigdrishya Viveka. Another Viveka is Shariratraya Viveka, which we just saw here, that Atma is different from the three states of experiences, and the experiencer I is different. This is the Viveka. Panchakosha Viveka would be, so this kind of Viveka is, the Avasthatraya Viveka is given in Mandukya Upanishad. Other Upanishads are also there. I am just giving example of one Upanishad. Panchakosha Viveka in Taittiriya Upanishad. Taittiriya Upanishad is known for this, separating the Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya and Anandamaya Kosha from Atma. This kind of separation should be done. And in Ishavasya Upanishad, Shariratraya Viveka is done. Atma is different from Sthula Sharira, Sukshma Sharira and Karana Sharira. So this kind of Viveka is required for separating myself from all these other things. Now this Viveka can be carried out in day-to-day activities in different ways. Earlier we saw yesterday that combination of Kshetra and Kshatrajna is everything. Kshetra and Kshatrajna combination. So, what is the best way to know their distinction? Kshetra means the field is different from Kshatrajna, the knower. So, when I say I am fat, fatness belongs to body. I am is Atma. I am means Sat, Cit, existence, consciousness. So when I say I am fat, It is nothing but combination of Sat Cit plus body which has the attribute of fatness. I am happy. Sat Cit plus happy mind. I am intelligent, or I am not so intelligent, whatever you want to add. So I am is Sat Cit, and intelligent is the attribute of intellect. So in this way, I will realize whatever statements I use for myself or for anybody else, so and so is tall. So there also Sat Cit plus physical body with the attribute of tallness. So and so is beautiful. So and so is handsome. Attributes of body. So and so is very sharp. Sat Cit plus attributes of intellect. Somebody is very moody. Sat Cit plus mind with all these moods as an attribute. So in this way, this is vichaara, this is the separation. So there is I am, or whatever this person is, that is the Atma part. Everything else is Anatma part. So wherever there is adhyasa, sthuloham, krushoham, gauroham, tishthami, gacchami, langayami, all these are deha dharma superimposed on Atma. Bodily attributes superimposed on Atma. Then kanoham, kliboham, badiroham, andhoham, mukoham, all these are attributes of sense organs superimposed on Atma. So viveka is separating them, not doing this superimposition. Superimposition in the form of activity will go on. I mean, you can't stop. Because of prarabdha karma, all this continues. But the moment I know it, it has been falsified. Like when I am watching a movie, not knowing that this is illusion produced by light and sound, I give reality. The moment I know it is a movie, it is over. It is illusion. It is only an appearance or a magic show. I know that this magician, no matter how many things he produces out of his hat, at the end of the show, he needs money to sustain himself. So, he is not the creator of all this. He is the creator of illusion. So, this is the viveka. So, when I can do such viveka, then adhyasa is falsified. So, at every step I see, this is adhyasa, this is adhyasa, this is adhyasa. Adhyasa is going on. So, deha dharman, indriya dharman, then antakarana dharma of sankalpa vikalpa, the mind, and adhyavasaya, the nishchaya, conclusion of the intellect. So my deliberation goes on. Should I do this or should I not do this? Should I go and live in Gangotri for some time or not? This is deliberation. Nishchaya is do it or don't do it, whatever. That is the conclusion. So both are a part of adhyasa only. In addition, people also superimpose the attributes of their near and dear ones on them. So if like putra, kalatra ityadi. Kalatra means wife, bharya. If putra is happy, healthy, then I think I am happy, healthy. So this viveka is, no, this is all not me. Separate that. This is Anatma. If my own body is not me, what to talk of somebody else's body? If my own bodily attributes, physical or mental attributes, are not mine, what to talk of somebody else's attributes? They are definitely not mine. So in this way, you keep doing viveka, separation. This is the right method. Okay, so vivichya asmat swam atmanam vindya chuddham param padam. In this way, I do separation. Then similarly, those people who are working in company, etc., then they superimpose their dharmas, and those people who identify with their position in organization, there also they superimpose those dharmas. All of this is Anatma. So I should be able to reject all of this. This is the true viveka, vivichya. So Atma, Anatma, viveka then is accomplished. And now he concludes this topic with the next shloka, where again he points out the nature of Atma, which I already pointed out, and he himself has already pointed out in last few shlokas. Again he makes sure that we don't forget the nature of Atma. Samastam sarvagam shantam vimalam vyomavat sthitam nishkalam nishkriyam sarvam nityam dvandvair vivarjitam. This is Atma. Everything is about Atma. So you can continue from previous shloka as Shuddham Param Padam Drashtaram Sarvabhutastham Sarvam Samam Sarvabhayatigam Samastam, that which is samast, of the nature of all. Sarvagam, that which goes all. Sarvagam, all going. All going means that which is already all pervading. Shantam, Shantam, that which is of the nature of Sukham. Shantam actually means peaceful, but here peace is not at the level of mind. This is not mental peace. This peace is Atma only. Atma Sukham. Vimalam, that which is absolutely pure. Vyomavat sthitam, and that which is present like space. Just as space pervades all, Atma is also all pervading. Nishkalam, partless. Nishkriyam, actionless. Sarvam, which is all. Nityam, eternal, unconditioned by time. Dvandvaihi vivarjitam, and free from all dualities, free from all pairs of opposites. Dvandvaihi vivarjitam. This Atma should be known. This Atma is the Tvam Pada Lakshartha. This is what is known as Tvam Pada Lakshartha, what is to be indicated by the word Tvam in Tattvamasi Mahavakya. You. So Tvam Pada Lakshartha should be known in this way. And it can be known through Shruti and Yukti. That is, so methods, as I said, different vivekas, Drigdrishya, Avasthatraya, Panchakosha vivekas, and through Shruti, the different Upanishad mantras, which are the pointers for Atma, or Bhagavad Gita shlokas, like how they were pointed out, and Bhagavan Acharya here gave the explanation of how to use them. With the help of them, this Tvam Pada Lakshartha should be known. Then this Tvam Pada Lakshartha is none other than Brahma. And what is that Brahma? Brahma is Jagat Karanam, that which is the cause of this creation, origin of this creation. Yato va imani bhutani jayante yena jatani jivanti yat prayantyabhisamvishanti tad vijignyasasva tad brahmeti. So this is Brahma, and I should know Brahma of this nature, from where all beings arise, by which all beings are sustained, into which everything goes. That is the Tat Pada Lakshartha. In Tattvamasi, it is the indicator of the word Tat, that. So when I know Tvam Pada Lakshartha and Tat Pada Lakshartha, then the word Asi tells me that the Tvam Pada Lakshartha itself is Tat Pada Lakshartha. So this Sakshi, which I have arrived at through Viveka, this Sakshi is none other than Jagat Karanam, Brahma. So my understanding will be Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahma, in this way. So when the teacher tells Tattvamasi, I will understand Aham Brahmasmi. And this Brahma is Prajnanam. This Brahma is that which is present in Brahma. Chaturmukheshu Devendra. So Chaturmukha Brahma, Devaraj Indra. In all of them which is present. Ya Brahma Dipipilikanta Tanushu Prota Jagat Sakshini. That which is present in all of them. That Brahma. So I am not Sakshi of one mind, one combination of body, senses, prana, mind, intellect, Chidabhasa. I am not Sakshi of only one unit. I am Sakshi of the entire Brahmanda. In this way, I have to know myself. So then, Aham Brahma Asmi, this Vakya will be understood and the teaching becomes complete here. With this, Acharya completes one topic. Now, another topic, and that topic is through a question. What is the question? So, you are saying, I should know Atma. So we say yes. Teacher says yes, you should know Atma. I think you have been hearing correctly what I have been saying. So, if I have to know Atma, does Atma become an object of knowledge? If it becomes object of knowledge, then it is like any other object of knowledge. Ghata, Pataha, Pustakam, Pushpam, Phalam. In that way, so it is like any object, like a pot, a cloth, a book, an apple, fruit, something. So it is Anatma. So the Acharya has to caution the student. Yes, you have to know Atma, but you have to know Atma without making the Atma as object of knowledge. That's why there is a long process. If it had to be known as, like how you have a cow, let us say, in your house behind. In cities and all, there are no cows. So, but if you live in some place where cow is there, so you have to tell someone what is a cow. So you ask someone, okay, let's take this person to our cow shed, and then you hold the horn of the cow and you say, this is a cow. Understood? Yes, I understood. This is a cow. In this way, you bring Atma and you hold Atma and say, this is Atma. Show me as an object. Is it possible? Just as you show an animal like cow or a dog, people, and they'll say, what are you talking? Can we have cow in our houses? No. Dogs we can have. Cow is considered as a holy animal and that people say, no, we can't have. But dog we can have as a pet. Anyway. So, Atma cannot be shown in this way as an object. But Atma has to be known as the illuminator of the experiencer, Pramata, experienced, Prameya, and instrument of experience, the Pramanam, and the knowledge that takes place through this Prama. Atma is illuminator of all of them, and yet it is different from all of them. So now, how this nature of knowledge of Atma is? One topic is nature of Atma, and second topic is the nature of knowledge of Atma, Atma Jnanam. That topic he takes up now from Shloka 38. Sarva pratyaya sakshi jnaha katham jneyo mayetyuta vimrishyaivam vijaniyat jnana karmana vetiva. Sarva pratyaya sakshi jnaha maya katham jneyah iti. In this way, if somebody has a question that this sarva pratyaya sakshi, that which is the witness of all thoughts, which you mentioned earlier, maya, and it is jnaha. Jnaha means of the nature of knowledge. Katham jneyah. How to know it? Uta means, does it become an object, does it become a known thing or not? Is it jneya? Uta means na athava. Is it or is it not? So is it an object of knowledge or is it not an object of knowledge? Will it become known or will it not be known? Evam vimrishya. In this way, when somebody starts thinking, vijaniyat, then you should know, what you should know? Jnana karma nava itiva. If it becomes known, then is it jnanam prati karma? Jnana karma means jnanam prati karma. Is it an object of knowledge or not? Karma here means not an action. Karma here means an object of knowledge. Object of any activity is called karma. Karta, karma, karana. In that context, this is karma. Karma means that which, in simple words, karma means that which comes on which the action is performed. The performer is called karta. The one for which the action is performed is called karma. Chaitraha gramam gacchati. Chaitraha is the karta. Gramam is the karma. Chaitra is going to village. Chaitra gramam gacchati. Chaitra is going to village. So, gramam gacchati, he goes to this village, that is the karma. Village is the karma. And gacchati is the action. Ramaha phalam khadati. Rama eats the fruit. So, Rama is the karta, fruit is the karma. In this way, you should understand. So, is Atma a karma of the action called knowledge, act of knowledge? So, then just as I say, aham ghatam janami. So, aham is the karta, ghata is the karma, janami is the kriya. In the same way, aham atmanam janami, I know Atma. So, Atma will become karma, object of knowledge. Is it or is it not? This is the question. So, teacher here now is going to point out whether Atma can become an object of knowledge or not. What we should understand is this: Atma cannot become the experiencer, karta, pramata. Atma cannot become Prameya, an object of knowledge. And Atma also cannot become an instrument of knowledge. Atma also cannot be the knowledge in the form of a thought, a vritti jnanam. But Atma is the consciousness, witness, sakshi, because of which all of these are known. Pramata, Praman, Prameya, Prama. All of them become known through Atma, through Sakshi. This Atma I am. This is what I should understand. So, I am that because of which all the pairs of opposites and all the triads are illumined. Wherever there is duality, wherever there is this action, physical action or action of knowledge, there is a set of three, triad, what we call knower, known, knowing, drishta, drishya, darshana, jnata, jnaya, jnanam, in this way. I am that which is beyond all this. In this way, I have to know myself. I have to know myself, that is for sure. How I have to know? In this way, I have to know. Sometimes people say, that Atma is beyond intellect. Therefore, what should I do? Don't use intellect. If you don't use intellect, how will you know what is the nature of Atma? How will you know how to think about Atma? You will never know. If you drop the instrument called intellect by which all the knowledge is going to take place, you will never know. But you say Atma is beyond intellect. Yes, Atma is beyond intellect. How will you know this? Through intellect. This knowledge also has to take place, that Atma is beyond intellect. This knowledge will take place in intellect. Any knowledge will take place where? In intellect only. No knowledge can take place in physical body. No knowledge can take place in prana. No knowledge can take place in any sense organ. All knowledge, sense organs also don't have knowledge. Knowledge repository is intellect only. So, I am Atma. This knowledge will take place where? In intellect. Now you say, but I am not going to use intellect. Why? Because Atma is beyond intellect. Then you will never gain any knowledge. Remember, knowing Atma is Jnana Yoga. Jnana Yoga means knowledge has to take place, and knowledge has to take place that I am beyond intellect. This knowledge will take place in intellect. So you need intellect. You can't say I am going to shut my intellect. In this way you should know Atma. Sarva pratyaya sakshi nyaha, that which is Shuddha Chaitanya. This is pointed out in the Upanishad mantra Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. The nature of Brahman as Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. The word Jnanam was elaborated by Bhagavan Bhashyakara in the commentary, where he explained that Jnanam means not Jnata. Jnanam is not Vritti Jnanam. Jnanam does not mean object of knowledge. All he negates there. And in 18th chapter of this UpadeshaSahasrī, grammatically he is going to refute all of them. Here this is a simple process. In 18th chapter he is going to grammatically say that Atma cannot become Jnata, Jnana, Jnaya, etc. Atma has to be Jnanam as Shuddha Jnanam, the not Vritti Jnanam, not Kshanika Jnanam, but Kutastha Jnanam, Chaitanya Matra, that which doesn't have arrival and departure. In this way it should be known. Now, one more stanza we will see. So, Atma is not an object of knowledge, that is highlighted. Adrishtam drashtravijñātam drashtamityādishāsanāt naiva jñeyam maya nyairva param brahma kathanchana. Adrishtam drashtr vijñātam drashtam ityādi sāsanāt. So, a Shruti is quoted here. Atma is adrishta. Adrishtam drashtri. So, it itself does not become an object of seeing, and it is a seer. Adrishto drashta. In this way, Atma is pointed out. And also, Atma is naiva jneyam maya anyaihi va. By me or by anybody else, Atma does not become known. Param Brahma Kathanchana. Atma, which is Brahma, this Brahma is not known by anybody else. So, the two Shrutis are referred here. First one is Adrishtam Drashtri. And the second one is mentioned here as Adrishtam Avijñātam. This is another Shruti, Adrishtam Avijñātam. And there is a slight different reading, which is a better reading. It is Adrishtam Drashtri Avijñātam Dabhram. Instead of Drashtam, it is Dabhram. Adrishtam Drashtri Avijñātam. In this way, the Adrishtam Drashtri Vijñātam Dabhram. and adrishtam avijnatam. This is a different reading given. So the actual reading in Brihadaranyaka is adrishtam drashtri, ashrutam shrotram, amatam ashrotam shrotri, amatam mantri, avijnatam vijnatri. This is the reading. Adrishtam drashtri, ashrotam shrotri, amatam mantri, avijnatam vijnatri. So here in the shloka, adrishtam drashtri avijnatam, this much part you should take. And then second part is, if it is vijnatam, then it is dabram. If it becomes known, then it is dabram instead of drishtam. And that is the quotation from Kenopanishad. So first one is the quotation from Brihadaranyaka 3:8-11, and second one is Kenopanishad, that is the second section or second chapter, first mantra. Yadi manyese suvedeti dabhram eva api nunam tvam vetha brahmano rupam. So the actual shloka should read this way: adrishtam drashtri. The two readings are like a combination of two different things. Adrishtam drashtru, but this rikara should be drashtru. And then if it is, then you can put a space, and if it is vijnatam, then dabhram. Dabhram ityadi shasanat naiva jneyam maya anyehi va param brahma kathanchana. So Atma is the drashta and itself is adrishta. So that because it is adrishtam, and if it is vijnatam, then it is dabhram. That means I know very little. So with the combination of this Brihadaranyaka mantra and Kenopanishad mantra, I realize that Atma is not an object of knowledge, neither for me nor for anybody else. Naiva maya jneyam anyehi va naiva jneyam. By anybody else also, Atma never becomes known. Kathanchana, never ever. Now, little bit more on these two mantras we will see in the next session. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om.